All right, welcome back to the channel. It's Deanna Simone. We're at the park, but I want to introduce our new series. We're starting something new. It's called the Strength Cut Series. I'm not starting this series just because I want to lose fat, but because I want to do it in a way that builds me up, where I'll feel stronger, leaner, and more grounded. I've trained for strength, I've trained for recovery, but now I'm training with both in mind, fat loss and also strength gains. I'm treating myself as a client too, since I'm a physical trainer. This is going to be my reset. So it's not just going to be me working hard. I've tried that before and I gassed out. This is about me working smarter. I'm tracking my reps, keeping rest short, and focusing on my form especially. Every movement will count in this series. So I'm going to be documenting everything, my weight, my energy, even how my clothes fit. This isn't about chasing numbers, it's about how I feel in my body every day. So we're going to be making sure we're checking in with ourselves, how we're feeling, if we have low energy, if we have high energy. So a lot of people think that cardio is the only way to lose fat. But the truth is muscle is what keeps the fat off long term. So when it comes to strength training, it means building lean muscle, boosting your metabolism, and keeps your body burning calories even after your workout's over. So don't get me wrong, cardio has its place, but I'm using it as a tool, not the foundation. This strength first approach means I'm reshaping how I move, train, and how I live. I'm not counting every calorie. I'm focused on complementary eating, and we'll talk more about that. Being restricted. I think that's my biggest problem when it comes to eating during like fat loss. I feel so restricted, and I feel like that's what makes me feel like I can't do it, right? So we're going to take a new approach, and we're going to talk more about complementary eating and eating in a way that supports our body rather than just counting our calories. I feel like if I get to the point where I don't see the scale moving, or if I don't feel a difference in my body or how I look in clothes, then I'll move more toward counting my calories. This is a journey and we're going to see how it goes. So, I'm not going to give away the whole routine here because the full strength cut PDF is where the full program lives, okay? But I'll show you a glimpse of what the circuits are looking like. So, we're going to have a combination of upper body, push, pull, and core in these circuits paired with a cardio finisher like jumping rope. It's what gives this workout power without burning out. So when it comes to your metabolic demand and also fat loss, efficiency, combining multi-joint upper body push like bench press, pull-ups, incline bench press, and pulls like bent over rows or pull downs, and also some core movements like planks or Russian twist into a single circuit maximizes that total muscle recruitment in the short period of time. So why this works is this type of circuit induces excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, also known as EPOC. This is leading to elevated calorie burn even after the workout ends. So studies show that high intensity circuit training uses body weight, maximizing results with minimal investment, okay? This circuit-based approach is significant in response that it also is going to promote fat loss while also maintaining or improving your muscular fitness. So when we think about fat loss versus just weight loss, you're not just burning calories, you're burning lean muscle at the same time. Muscle is more metabolically active than fat, which means also the more muscle you build, the more energy, calories your body needs at rest. This is how you improve body composition, not just by losing weight, but by replacing fat with lean muscle. So I wanted to firstly pair push and pull to allow for efficient use of training time. This is what this circuit is all about for those busy 30 plus women out there. And it helps maintain training intensity, which supports muscle retention during fat loss. This combo of upper body push, pull, and core isn't just for the sake of variety, right? It's strategic. It also boosts my heart rate, increases calorie burn, and also keeps my metabolism active long after the workout's over. I feel so much better knowing that I did these circuits right before work, right? This is how I'm losing fat while keeping my muscles. I'm not just chasing weight loss, I'm chasing a better body composition. And I've done a lot of workouts before. I've gone really hard, even felt a lot of burnout. Also, I've started over so many times. But this time, I'm tracking more than just results. I'm tracking how I feel throughout this process in this program. So, the difference in mindset from being someone just starting new in the gym to someone who's starting to train clients, right? So now I want to get inside the heads of a client and how we feel. I think for me, I've always looked at fitness in the progression more toward me and how I'm feeling now. So there's going to be a lot of differences in mindset when it comes to training now as a certified personal trainer than before when I wasn't. I think now I have to have more of a shift in mindset, right? So I want to look at myself as my own client and ask myself questions that I feel like clients would have when going through a program like this. Where before I was just tailoring programs to myself, and I've been doing this for a couple of years. Like I would say I've become a lot more aware now in like my 5th year of training, right? But now I am taking more of an approach of how does the client feel? How are they progressing? Paying close attention to that and having more discipline when it comes to motivating my clients, showing up for my clients, and sharing information and advice and how to do things better. And also talk to them about why things work and the science behind it. Where when I train myself, I'm not really engaging in that type of thought. I think it's more personal to me. And why does strength plus fat loss work together so well? How can I make this more sustainable for others who can't find themselves in the gym 5 days a week at 5 a.m. in the morning or work out 6, 7 days a week out of the week? I think when I first started this training process and getting myself back in the gym, I was in the gym 6 days a week. And that's not really possible for the average person, a woman that has children and also works a full-time job. I want to make this sustainable for them, but also doable in a sufficient amount of time that makes sense for your life. And I also want to help people understand why they're doing it in the first place. A lot of times people are just like, I just want a big butt. But I think there's an underlying reason. I think that reason is not always the case. And if it starts off that way, I think throughout the process and seeing your progress and noticing the mental shifts you have, your goal changes, your why changes. Plus more strength and more sweat and more just real talk about this fitness journey and this program.
As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective, and my perspective may differ from yours. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been down with me. All my fans, all my beautiful fans.